What's going on, everybody? We're going to be making a fall card. I purchased this back in 2021 Stamptember. I don't think I've ever used it. I have some sprays that I'm going to be using, some purples, reds, browns, yellows, you know, fall colors. And we are going to be creating a distress spray background. So let's get into it. Before we start, I have a little bit of a challenge for you for the month of September. I challenge you to pull out something that's been in your stash for at least a year that you have not used and somehow incorporate it into a project. It doesn't matter what supply it is. And if you share it on social media, be sure to tag me and use the hashtag #SplatterSquadChallenge so that everybody can find it. I think it'd be really fun. All right, the paper I'm going to be using today is Strathmore mixed media paper. I'm going to cut this down into a panel measuring 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right, I pulled out my cooling racks. I like to use them so that when I'm drying my backgrounds, the heat and the air goes all the way through, and then I don't have to hold it in my hand. Call me lazy if you want, but I think it's more productive than anything. All right, to start, I'm going to spray a little bit of water on my card panel here, and then I'm going to go lightest to darkest, of course. This is Fossilized Amber. We're gonna do a little bit of red, but instead of spraying it, because red can be a little overpowering, I'm just going to sprinkle this on, or splatter it on. Okay, and you'll see exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a little bit of water, and then to let that kind of blend in and to help that color move around. And then we're gonna use a little purple, just a little bit. And then a little bit of walnut stain, and I'm actually gonna spray this at the bottom here. And then we're gonna take our spray bottle and then just sprinkle that, lightly mist that water over that color here. Just like that. And then we're going to dry. All right, now I'm going to add more color, and I'm going to splatter this on in the same general area that I have that other color. So purple with purple, the red with red, and I'm going to add a little bit of the mica as well, I think. And I'm gonna lightly tap my water bottle again, because you know I like a lot of interest on my background. So I only want a few little drops here and there, and then we'll dry it again. And I'm gonna add a little more water splatters just by lightly tapping my water bottle handle here. And I'm still going to be drying this. All right, so now I'm going to lightly lay my paper towel on top of my background, and just to pick up a little bit of that excess there, because I really want a lot of that to kind of dry in place. It creates a lot more texture and movement and interest on the background. And it's always important to move your background. So I'm gonna flip it upside down and kind of see where some areas that I want a little more something going on. So like up top here, and then that way the splatters get in a different direction as well onto the paper. All right, I have some mica stain here, and I'm just going to kind of splatter a little bit on here and there. I don't want it to overpower the background, because I think I'm gonna add some gold. I think gold, let's see. Yeah, I think I wanna add this red. It's a deeper red. And then I don't have a purple, I don't think, but we're gonna use Crooked Broomstick on the bottom here. And a little bit of the mica goes a long way, so you don't wanna add too much or it's gonna overpower your whole background. And again, we're just gonna sprinkle on or splatter on some of that water there, kind of breaking up a little bit of that mica. There we go. And then we can dry. All right, here's a look at the background. Hopefully that shine is showing. I think it is. Looks like it, but you never know. It's actually really, really pretty as is, but again, I want to use that stamp. All right, I'm going to use some Versamark ink because I'm going to use some gold embossing powder. I think the gold would look really, really pretty. I think it was last year, I did a card with just green craft and gold foiling, and it was so pretty. I want to make sure that I get all of this because it's going to be hard to stamp it again if I need to. All right, so we're going to stamp this out and hopefully I get a good impression. All right, I think it should be good, so let's see. I forgot to use a anti-static tool, so there is a lot of pulling up in some of these areas, and I'm just gonna lightly kind of take that away. I'm not too worried because I'm gonna add some gold splatters, of course, so I'm not too worried about it. Now we are going to melt the embossing powder. All right, so I was gonna add gold splatters anyways, but I definitely need to add some because I did not use anti-static powder and I got a lot more powder in areas that I didn't want. So that's okay because we can fix it, right? We're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna use the foundry wax in Statue. All right, so I'm gonna add some of this to my mat here, quite a bit, because the paintbrush that I chose to use is quite big. So I'm gonna get some on my paintbrush and then just kind of splat away. And then turn my background so that it goes in all different directions. And when you're using the foundry wax, you want to make sure that you don't heat the foundry wax in the bottle. So keep your bottle of foundry wax away from the heat, or else you will ruin your bottle of foundry wax. It's hard to see now, but we're going to heat the splatters and then you'll see the gold shine come through. And it doesn't take a lot of heat, so you don't need a embossing tool for this. Isn't that so fun? The gold is just perfect for fall. I'm gonna take my background and I'm going to rough up the edges. I have this really old edge distressor from Heidi Swapp, or I think that's who it's from. Yep. Or you can take some scissors and do this, but I just find it easy just to kind of scrape the edge. So I'm just going to show you a little bit because I think the sound can get a little annoying, but I want to just rough up the edges just to give it a little more mixed media, grungy feel, and then we'll add it to a card panel. I'm going to adhere my panel to my card base, or one of my card bases. I don't actually put my card panels on a card base. I usually just leave it like this because, see, I already have stuff on the bottom. Well, I don't know if you could see that, but I tend to get my card bases really messy because, as you can see, I'm kind of a mess in crafting and in real life. No. So I'm going to try to line this up best I can, and I'm an ish person, so we're going to get it straight-ish. There we go. And I see this edge here. I don't know what happened. I must have missed it when I was roughing it up, but we're just going to take our nail and kind of rough that up. Okay, just like that. Oh, it's so pretty. So I'm actually going to take this sticker, and it's from this metallic sticker book, and I'm going to cut this out. So I'm going to say, it's going to say start each day. And then that's gonna go like that. And then it's gonna say with a grateful heart. And I'm gonna take my fingernails and I'm going to rough up the edges of this as well. Just because I don't want, you know, really anything to be perfect here. And because I have ink on my fingers, we're getting a little bit of color on there too. So that's actually perfect. All right, so we're going to put this sentiment sort of in the middle. And I'm going to say start each day, it's a little crooked, with a grateful heart. It's really crooked. I don't use a ruler.
So we're just winging it here. And I think that looks perfect. Isn't that so pretty? The gold with the yellow, and then of course all of the mica, the purple, the red, the brown. So pretty.
Looking for more inspiration? Check out this playlist where I share even more mixed media techniques and I break down the process into easy, manageable steps so that you get the confidence you need to try it for yourself. Don't forget to grab that free PDF. The link is in the description box. And as always, stay creative, my friends.